Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing? Brandon Blackwell here. And it is Tuesday, June 14th instead of Monday, June 13th. Why? What happened? Where was my check-in yesterday? Well, shoot, I won't deny it. I got sucked in by IT issues, email, website, all those fun little nitty gritty things that you still got to deal with. And yes, it totally derailed me yesterday. I'm still not completely through it, but the solutions are in place. And, I had to deal with 3 different companies, and sometimes that's a pain in the booty. And especially when customer service is not that great at speaking English. It's very, very frustrating, especially on technical things. But I'll give props to Intuit because they are one of my vendors here, and their customer service was excellent. So anyway, that's enough of that. We're moving forward though, but that's the real deal. That's the ups and downs of growing and building and moving forward. There's always a little roadblock. There's always a mud puddle. There's always some little obstacle. By the way, if you want some practice overcoming obstacles, may I suggest Spartan racing? It's something I've enjoyed for about a decade, and it's a lot of fun. It really helps you to build that grit and build some mental toughness, and it's just, I don't know, I like going out and getting dirty with my friends. So anyway, enough of that. What are we doing here? Well, you are here to help keep me accountable as I build my business, Champion Data Supply. It's an office supply, becoming a medical supply business. We're in our new office now, which I'm super stoked on. That was the 4th and final Tony Robbins Date with Destiny goal completed. So I'm very, very pleased with that. We're growing Champion Data from a lifestyle business as it was supporting my music career to a great company that takes excellent care of their employees, as well as bringing in, takes excellent care of their clients. Number one, we're not sure about employees yet. We're figuring that one out here. But the bottom line is we want to grow this business. We want to grow our clientele. We want to take excellent care of them. And of course, we want to make some good money too. We want to have a nice, solid revenue coming in as we build for the future. Anyway, let's take a look at where we are and what do we got. So outcomes. We've got, here's our basic structure. If you're new to this video, we use a very basic structure of priority, and that's money. I'll do it on this side here. Money, health, and relationships. Why do we do it like this? Well, a successful person had put it to me this way. If you don't have any money, it's really hard to take care of your health. And if you don't have much money and you're not very healthy, it's really difficult to spend quality time with people that you love. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just what we're using. So money, health, relationships. I want to encourage you to jump on the bandwagon and do this each and every week with us. So we're also employing what's called the one thing philosophy. And that is that we select one thing that we just absolutely must positively get done. That one thing is called a force multiplier. That means when that one thing is done, it really has a great effect. It moves a lot of matter around, right? It gets some things going. So what is my one thing here? So for me, my one thing is going to be my money goal, and that is to have 5 hot prospecting calls each and every day. Now, we're going to be boosting that. As I said, we've been doing this for quite a while, so it's become a habit now. And once something becomes you got to put a little discipline into something, and then it becomes a habit, right? And then it's a habit, just like any other habits that you might have had, good or bad, right? And then it's kind of on autopilot. So that's kind of part of this also, is you want to select your own habits, and you want to put a little discipline in until that habit becomes a habit, right? All right, so how did we do last week? So I had 4 days in a row, I nailed my goal. And then Friday, I did not. And I did put a frowny face, so it wasn't really a frowny face. We were sending out a bunch of samples, and we had some technical things that needed to be taken care of. So it was still a very, very productive day. But in regards to that particular one thing, I only accomplished it 4 out of the 5 days. Let's look over in the results column here. As if you haven't seen us before, we look at things and look at this in 2 columns: actions and results. These are the outcomes that we want. These are the outcomes I was after for last week. And action goals are the ones that we really want to focus on, because those are the ones that we can actually control. Results goals should be stretch goals, and you may or may not hit them, but it's where you want to be. It's where you're heading. It's your goal. It's your stretch goal. It's your direction. So for me, the results was to have 2 new accounts and to get 100% of the revenue that is my goal, which I'm keeping private for right now. So how do we do on the results? No new accounts. That was not good. Wasn't happy about that. But 74% of the revenue. So that was pretty close. That was better. It's the best one that I've had since we've been doing these videos. So I was pleased with that. And when it came to the health, I'm pretty good with getting my health activities in. 6 times at the gym. I've been focusing strictly on strength. I think I need to get a little more cardio back in. We were doing running before this kind of shift to the new office. And so I've been doing a strength workout. My weight is up. I'm at 217. I was hoping to be below 211, but my belt is feeling pretty loose. Weight is not necessarily the greatest measurement of progress, although it is still a good measurement of progress. So I'm not too concerned about that, but we're going to keep it still at 211. Want to get below 211. And then once we get solid there, we'll take it down a little bit further. Relationships, man, I thought I did better, but I really didn't. And these are intentional. I'm not saying I'm not talking to people, but these are intentional calls, reaching out to friends, checking in with them, seeing how they're doing, just discussing what's happening with them. And my goal was 7, and I only did 3. And I'm definitely disappointed on that. So anyway, that's how last week went. Let's take a look at how this week is going to go. What's the plans for this week? Okay, here we go. Weekly outcomes for 6/13, but today what I say is today is 6/14. It's Tuesday, but we're still moving, right? Fall down, get back up. I think there's some songs about that. So what do we've got here? I'm making this a little fancier. My one thing, we're boosting it. We're boosting it now. 10 hot prospecting calls since I muffed yesterday. It's just Tuesday through Friday this week, so we're going to look for 4 stars for this week for hitting that, and the 10, the raised goal, will help make up for yesterday. Results are the same. I want 100% of the revenue that I'm after and 2 new accounts. Health, same. I'm going to stick with my 6 gym workouts this week, and with the result, aim at getting below 211. And then tonight, all right, easy but not easy. So tonight is I'll have a little book study with my girlfriend. We're working on better communication, working on being a better couple, period. And so that's going to be kind of a gimme because it's already planned. But anything could happen. So if it doesn't happen tonight, it means we'd have to do it again someday this week, which is fine with me because I like learning. Learning makes life easier. Learning makes life better. Learning is fun. So anyway, and speaking of learning, I'm looking at this, and I think it's time for me to sit down and kind of rewrite what we're doing here so I can have a little bit better format, because I'm noticing it's coming up on 9 minutes. We've already burned through the outcomes from last week and the upcoming week. I shared a little bit about what we're doing. And so obviously I'm getting a lot better at this. I'm a lot more comfortable at doing this now. So now what are we going to do? We're going to step it up. We're going to step up the professionalism. We're going to step it up. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do that, but I've got some ideas. Anyway, stepping it up. It's Tuesday, 4 days, rocking hard, lots and lots and lots of calls. Lots of prospecting, lots of introductions, And you have a great week. Thank you so much for checking in. Thank you so much if you're playing at home, because I've got momentum now. I think this is my 7th or 8th one of these. I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm hoping to build a community. I'm hoping to meet some new people that also have their brain going in the direction of creating something. And it doesn't have to be huge. That's for sure. It's your life. And, we're kind of in America here, we like bigger and better and more. It's your life. And the main thing that I want to be an example of is someone that decides, that chooses, that takes responsibility of my life and makes plans to move forward. Because if we don't do that, if we're not taking charge of things, if we're not making plans and accomplishing those plans, we're just a leaf on the wind. And that's okay on a nice summer day in a grassy field where the leaf lands nicely on the grass. Oh, can't you just see it? It's not nice if that leaf lands in the gutter and gets stomped on by another foot and then goes down the drain, because that happens to leaves also. Anyway, that happens to people too, unfortunately. So let's stay on track. Let's work together. Let's be partners. And thank you so much. We'll see you next week.